Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and I'm joined by Scarlett Sanchez today. How are you, Scarlett?
I'm great. I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. We're a bit early today.
Yes.
We got some special tapings in the TMZ newsroom today, so we've had to get the podcast out of the way early.
Yes.
How you feeling after everything happened a couple days ago?
Feeling okay.
Yeah?
I think a little bit of the stress is coming down, so a little bit, but how are you?
I'm all right. I mean, I think people either won big or lost big. It's kind of like they're poles apart. So we'll talk about some of those people. The guy that won big besides Trump is his financial backer, Elon Musk.
Yes.
Because he's just going to be like a proxy president now. Like anything he wants will go. But his trans daughter, she might even leave the country. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the celebrities Donald Trump might pardon in a second term, because some of them behind bars are already waving their hands, and he's known for doing some of these pardons during his presidency.
Right.
And finally, Ariana Grande, she says that she is giving up being a pop star for the time being.
Essentially, yeah.
She just wants to focus on musical theater and that sort of
Broadway.
stuff. Broadway.
Wicked.
To begin with, though, Elon Musk, he won big on Tuesday. And since then, his net worth is up $15 billion.
Wow.
This guy's stoked. Like anything he wants now will go. He was at Trump's victory speech. He will be very, included in plans, I think, and ask Trump what he wants to do. Electric vehicles, that's why Tesla stock went up.
Yeah.
Because whatever he wants with electric now is just going to happen.
Yeah. And I feel like he was really by Trump's side throughout the entire campaign. They were always talking throughout a lot of it. And then, going on podcasts, endorsing Trump, and definitely his right-hand man.
He will be. And he's going to be like the financial brains. He's talking about how he's going to cut the spending of the government by $2 trillion or whatever he said. He's going to do to America what he did to Twitter. Basically, he's going to try to cost cut and make it more efficient. And some people are excited, some people are worried.
Yeah. And he donated millions all throughout also, but I guess those millions came right back into his pocket.
Also, another billionaire who's probably not so happy is Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was a billionaire who backed Kamala.
Yes.
Kamala. I'm at least glad I don't have to try to struggle with how to pronounce the name anymore. That's a silver lining. That's my bad. But Mark Cuban, he sort of congratulated Trump.
Yeah, he did.
And I think Cuban could or should have run for president.
You think so?
I just think, he's...
Maybe he will in 4 years.
I hope. I mean...
Although people are making jokes that Trump just might stay.
I mean, are they jokes or are they genuine concerns?
You think?
But I mean...
There's an amendment, though. He can't actually stay.
Well, amendments are there to be amended. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But yeah, Mark Cuban, sadly, I don't think this country is ready to elect a woman. Definitely not a black woman, I don't think, sadly. But a white man like Mark Cuban with lots of money, maybe he is the foil to Trump. But Elon Musk's daughter, Vivian, she has been in the news this year because she's,
her relationship with her father, really.
It's deteriorated because of his stance on politics. And now she's saying that she's leaving the country.
Yeah, she'd cut ties with her dad a few years back when she had filed to change her name and decided to transition. So they've been, I feel like, at odds a lot the past few years, and he completely cut off his relationship with her because of this.
Yeah, it was
really
so
sad.
And it's interesting, just like these two family members, poles apart. One's leaving the country now, and one's,
Yeah, I feel like we see in politics too. It can really, create conversation, but also divide families. In this case, it's just so divisive and sad.
Totally. Vivian wrote, "I've thought this for a while, but yesterday confirmed it for me. I don't see my future being in the United States. Even if he's only in the office for 4 years, even if the anti-trans regulations magically don't happen, the people who willingly voted this in are not going anywhere anytime soon." Well, this is a democracy. And, if there's more people on the side you don't like, then you just got to suck it up. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people do this. I'm leaving the country now.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this the other day. People are wanting to flee and leave and go to different places.
Has it ever happened?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's something you say as an expression.
Yeah, you're upset, you're disappointed. I want to get out of the United States.
Like I said it, you know what I mean? Like, I guess we're heading back to Australia. My parents were like, well, are you coming back? And I'm like, I like my job and my family's good and
Yeah.
we'll keep it in mind. But, you know, I think I'm
At least
staying.
you have the option.
At least I have the option.
Mhm.
That's true.
Not everybody can, make a big move.
That's very true. All right, on to our next story. Similar but related story.
Yes.
Also, I might add, keep commenting and keep asking questions on YouTube Live. We're going live. It's a bit earlier than usual, but we're going live and we want your feedback and we'll read it out here at the end. But let's talk about pardons because first time around, Trump pardoned, who was it, Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne, Kodak Black.
A bunch of people, who are big celebrities or middling celebrities, was asking for this pardon because Trump will do anything to like create a bit of news if it might win him some favor. Joe Exotic is someone who is desperate to get out, and I know Trump knows that, and he's definitely keen right now and is stoked about the Trump win. But also, Todd and Julie Chrisley,
Yes.
they're sort of already formally asking, can you get us out? Through their daughter. Their daughter says, my parents want out. Do you think Trump might bite on this?
I think so because theirs was all about taxes and tax evasion. I feel like maybe he'll have some grace with that.
yeah, have some empathy. Yeah, because I mean, they're both behind bars for 5 or more
Fraud,
years
yeah.
for fraud. Yeah, I think they could stand a chance because they are, Trumpers, and Trumpers will be freed.
Yeah, they have a meeting pretty soon here, you think?
I think they could. I mean, I think they might.
Who else did you just mention?
The Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic. Okay.
Remember in I think it was in 2020, Joe Exotic, his people rented out a massive bus saying free Joe Exotic, pardon him,
Oh.
and they sent it to the White House, but
Yes.
Trump, for whatever reason, didn't bite on it.
Yeah, so maybe he's not. Maybe the Chrisleys first.
Chrisley's first. We'll get to
Maybe get around. Joe Exotic found love though recently in prison,
True.
so maybe he's not waiting to get out as quickly.
Right. Maybe he loves it there. I mean, I think the first order of business for pardons will be January 6th.
Yes.
Rioters.
Talked about that.
He's already said he wants to pardon them, so I think he's gonna keep his word there. He says a lot of stuff, but I'll take him at his word for most of it.
For that one.
At the so-called J6, he sounds like a boy band, but so J6, they're all going to be free. They'll do their choir.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
We talked about the Menendez Brothers too, which we talked before this and said not probably going to be something Trump would put his hands on.
Right, the Menendez brothers, want out, obviously, either, by legal sort of means, getting their charges changed or dropped or something like that. And they were in the
very close to that too, and it's coming up really next month. Or Gascon was the one reviewing the case and everything and really pushing for their freedom. And then now there's a new LA County District Attorney though, blanking on his first name, but Hockman is his last name.
Yep.
And he said that he's going to review the case and start it from stage 1 though, and look through everything.
Oh, so the Menendez brothers, they would have been pretty disappointed on Tuesday as well.
I think so.
Because their DA got kicked out for this new guy. He's like, I'm not so fast.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if Trump would be able to pardon them. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's a state.
I think you might be right. Also, there's speculation from, the right hates sort of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's speculation over, he's going to do all these deportations, right? He said he's doing mass deportations. People are worried about Harry and his
What about
immigration.
Prince Harry?
I don't know why. It's like viral thing. People worry save Prince Harry, or let's get rid of him. So we'll have to see how that goes. But
I don't know. I can see Trump wanting to keep a relationship with him, maybe.
Maybe. I think if you kiss the ring, you'll get to stay. You'll get to go free.
Mhm.
If you say anything bad, sorry, man, you're out of here.
Out.
All right. On to our next story. Ariana Grande. She is coming out in Wicked
Yes.
really soon. When does it come out? Is it Thanksgiving or
Thanksgiving weekend? I already have my tickets to go see
you do?
the movie. Yeah.
This might be like the movie of the year. The marketing campaign around this movie
Really good.
has been everywhere I go, it's like a Starbucks cup or some
Yeah.
toy of some kind. Like
Mhm.
the marketing is insane.
Obviously, the Kardashians help with that too. Did you see that birthday party? Was it Kim's? It was kind of Kim's birthday party-ish.
Mhm.
When they all got together, Ariana Grande came and did the whole screening of it. But
Yeah, I mean,
I was planning on seeing it before that, though.
yeah, they've done a killer job with like just getting everyone
Yeah.
to know about it. Even she's starting to do a bit of PDA with her boyfriend Ethan Slater,
Yes.
which gets more in the news and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she just said that she is gonna give up pop music for a little bit.
Take a little break.
Yeah, take a little break. She said, "Look, I'm always gonna do pop stuff. I pinky promise, but I don't think that doing it at the rate that I have been doing it for the past 10 years is where I see the next 10 years. Reconnecting with this part of myself who loves comedy, and it heals me to do that. Finding roles to use these parts of myself." Oh, I didn't read that before. She loves doing comedy? I guess
She just did SNL.
I
She
guess-
was amazing on SNL.
was she amazing on SNL?
She was good. Yeah, they talked about it a little bit on this podcast too, because Bone Yang and her had a skit where they kissed at the end. It wasn't really a planned kiss, and he
What?
was saying, yeah.
It wasn't a planned
They talked about it beforehand, but the original skit was not to kiss at the end, but they're
Wow.
fighting in the whole entire skit and they kiss at the end. And Bowen on this podcast goes, "Sorry, I opened my mouth a little bit too much for that." And she was like, "You definitely did."
That's funny. That was cited sage, and they just said, "Let's go out there and mac out."
Yeah. Well, they were pissed at each other the entire skit, and then they end up kissing at the very end. So she's like, "I feel like it needs a kiss," and he was like, "I'm on
Oh,
board too."
nice. That's funny. I wonder if she would have had to run that by Ethan Slater. Probably not.
No, I don't
She's an
think so.
actress.
That's yeah.
Does it matter if the person you're kissing is like, interested in the other gender as well? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, maybe it makes it more. Whatever.
And she was saying, she's like, we need to do this for our characters. So
Right.
I think Ethan's okay.
Are you upset that she's like giving up music for a little while?
I am a little bit, but also she takes a little bit of breaks in between her albums.
Mhm.
Her last album was the Thank You Next one, and then she also had Eternal Sunshine. I guess she knocked those ones out pretty quickly.
It feels like she's had a fair bit of music right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, let's get to our comments here at the end. On the Trump pardon, Monkey Man says, Todd deserves freedom, but not
not-
Joe Exotic.
Wow.
Maybe. So Todd was financial crimes.
Yes.
Joe Exotic was like a hired hitman on Carol Baskin. So yeah, one is a lot worse. I
Yes.
understand.
Much more serious.
Stella says, Charlie, don't act like your net worth didn't increase too. Wow. It didn't actually.
How's it looking?
It didn't actually. I've shed some tears about how much money I've lost on the election. I was sure Kamala Harris was going to win, basically, too sure. And now I'm like in tears over my,
And the bank account. No.
terrible, terrible. Miss Courtney Renee says, there's a ton of money in Broadway musicals, so Ariana's going to do all right. I bet.
Oh, 100%. Also, I wonder, will she do something with Ethan now? They're both into Broadway. So maybe there's a future play of them together.
Like he played SpongeBob, like famously. So maybe they could do like a SpongeBob meets a Sponge Girl.
They worked on Wicked together, but yeah.
SpongeBob and Sponge Betty. If like, that's actually not a bad idea. Under the sea, they live in it. She moves into the pineapple. Oh my God, that's actually genius.
This is perfect.
Okay. Thank you for joining me, Scarlett.
Thank you, Charlie, for having me.
Of course. And thanks for listening, guys. And thanks for commenting. We will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.